Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. The latest Take Two / Rockstar investor call just took place, in which we got new information, some very good news regarding Grand Theft Auto 6. A lot of people were looking towards this investor call saying, why is it so early in the morning? It's usually not on Fridays. It's not usually like a 6 a.m. start or anything like that. This was a very bizarre call for a handful of reasons, which had some people concerned. Are they going to announce some bad news? They're trying to get ahead of the markets opening. What's going on? Why did they change things up? It wasn't really anything out of the ordinary as far as the actual call itself goes, but we did get several new notes directly from Take Two and Rockstar, and we had Strauss Zelnick himself confirm several different things throughout the call regarding GTA 6 in the future of the GTA franchise. So first up here, Grand Theft Auto does report on like the general summary here. They're more so blanket statement about GTA 6 and Rockstar and Take Two as a whole. Strauss Zelnick, chairman and CEO of Take Two, stated, "Our excellent first quarter results reflect the power of our portfolio and disciplined execution across all of our labels. With these positive trends and excitement around the November 19th launch of Grand Theft Auto 6, we are reiterating our fiscal 2027 net bookings outlook of 8 to 8.2 billion. Looking further ahead, we expect to sustain this new level of scale and generate strong cash flows, setting us on a path to deliver continued growth and long-term shareholder returns." So again, like I said, their major statement for this entire call is that the positive trends of Take Two and Rockstar right now are headlined by the November 19th launch of GTA 6, which means that date is again reaffirmed. For those worried that this call was going to announce an impending delay, that it was going to have some kind of bad news, quite the opposite. We get yet another confirmation that November 19th is the release date, and there are no more delays. In general, positive language from Strauss about GTA 6. The one thing we didn't get, though, is full clarity on pre-order numbers. However, Strauss did give a general statement about the success of the GTA 6 pre-orders. So in a new post on IGN, they say Rockstar owner Take Two confirms GTA 6's release date is still on track and says an extended look will help grow consumers' passion and anticipation. So Rockstar owner has confirmed the current November 19th release date is still on track and said that this new extended look on Netflix is going to grow consumers' passion and anticipation in general for the game here. So the global excitement for the launch of Grand Theft Auto 6 continues to build, with the title having an exceptional start to pre-orders. It did not put a number on those pre-orders or revenue generated from GTA 6 pre-orders. However, overall revenue for the quarter was 1.39 billion, which was slightly above the prediction of 1.32 to 1.37. So an exceptional start to the pre-orders is out there. No exact numbers fully shared on those though quite yet. Not sure if we're ever going to get those. Oftentimes companies will just say it's the most pre-orders we've ever gotten, and they won't say the exact number outright. They also did a bit of bragging about Grand Theft Auto, specifically Grand Theft Auto 6, when it comes to the success of the marketing so far. While it has obviously been a very different marketing approach here that Strauss actually comments that we'll get to here in a moment in general, in terms of general marketing, they did go through and they actually mentioned in their briefing for this call that the Grand Theft Auto series franchise has sold nearly 475 million units. GTA 6 again launching November 19th. Rockstar released the first trailer in December 2023 and the second in May 2025 as a YouTube exclusive. Trailer 1 broke the record for the biggest non-music video debut at over 93 million in 24 hours. Trailer 2's cross-platform debut was the biggest video launch ever at the time, with over 475 million views in 24 hours. So in general, great news, doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down, whatever the count is at this point, on the launch date for GTA 6. November 19th is as final as it gets right now. But during this call, we also had a Q&A portion where people were able to ask Strauss Zelnick and other members of the team various different questions. Some of them are super useful questions. Some are completely irrelevant to what we want to know about GTA 6. But again, they did reiterate that the pre-orders have had an exceptional start for GTA 6, and because of GTA 6, Rockstar and Take Two, this is now the most exciting pipeline in the company's history, as they believe GTA 6 is going to usher in a new era of growth. That is basically PR speak and, company speak for, we know that GTA 6 is going to be the biggest game ever, and it's going to be the biggest game that we launched to date as a company here. So they are very, very confident in this title. For all the concern and doubt that might be lingering online about release dates, about the quality of the game, etc., the marketing, you name it, they are very confident behind everything. Now, Strauss did actually get asked about the Netflix extended look, and he basically said that Netflix is now a part of the new Rockstar marketing strategy. So the different marketing that they were alluding to earlier on this year, this would fall under that. It's certainly new, it's certainly different, but in regards to the extended look, Strauss didn't want to spoil how it's going to go, but he feels personally very, very good about it. They reiterate that the price tag on GTA 6, obviously being a little bit more than what you see other AAA titles go for, is still going to deliver more value to the consumers than what the price tag would indicate. Basically, Strauss, I think, took a very consumer-friendly position on this. He gets asked a lot, why don't you charge even more money for the game that you know is going to be great? He says that they want basically to give way more value to players than what they're paying for up front. And so to me, that says that even though GTA 6 is $80, it's a little bit more expensive than some other premium titles out there, it's just going to offer even more. Like, whatever you think the game will be in terms of how big it is, it's going to exceed those expectations, is kind of the terminology and the phrasing that I get out of that from Strauss himself. And he does say that ultimately GTA 6 is going to be a bargain for the entertainment that it offers in full, which is another interesting quote there, basically saying, like, what you're going to get out of this game, how much you can play it, the replayability, then probably, factoring in online long term, that value is going to be so much more, than other mediums at that potential cost, right? The way I look at it is like, okay, if I'm going to spend X amount of money going to the movies, what would it take if I were to spend $80 going to movies over and over and over again? How many films would I see in that point? Would that be 6 hours worth of movies? Would that be 8 hours, etc.? Well, for GTA 6, am I playing the game for 40, 50, 60, 80, 90, however many hours? What's the value there? That's kind of how I like to personally compare things. But again, pretty confident statements out of the big man himself. They also talked about the whole console drama with the rising costs of hardware now, the concern for the next generation of consoles with the rising price of components and everything. And Strauss outright said, this is really bad for consumers. The rising cost of hardware is not going to be a good thing. They're not going to try and spin it as a good thing, but it's not going to slow down how they're producing content and software for the hardware that is out now and the hardware that's to come. So they still felt very confident about their ability to produce for current gen and then obviously next gen when we finally get to that mark. So some good news there, I guess you could say. They did also comment on physical media. Obviously, that's been a huge conversation as well, alongside all the console and hardware stuff. And they did go through and mention that discs don't make as much sense to consumers anymore. Digital is more convenient. That's where the bulk of their sales are, but they didn't go and rule out physical copies entirely. They were just very adamant that digital is definitely the way that everything is trending right now. Overall, while there was a lot of concern and hesitancy and speculation going around about this investor call and potentially how it could be bringing some bad news because of the bizarre timing and lineup around it, it actually, seemingly, at least on the GTA 6 front, was just good news. Although a lot of it was ambiguous, they don't get into the nitty-gritty details. They do give us largely good news here for sure. So that being said, that is everything we just learned from the latest Take-Two investor call. If you guys enjoyed the video, do me a favor and hit that like button. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe on your way out to stay in the know for everything going on in the world of GTA 6. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.